Beginning of 75 with some other devotees. Kaushalya, she was more experienced than me. She was in the first lot of devotees that came with Prabhupada to Surat, that glorious Harinam. And she was a good cook and she could sing, and Prabhupada often would ask her to sing at programs. He'd often ask the ladies to sing, even when the sannyasis were present, Kaushalya and Yamuna, the Bombay Pandal, all these big programs. Prabhupada didn't discriminate at all. He treated us all equally, just like Krishna. So, when I came here, the flats were still on the land where the local people lived. So I lived, first of all, in one place that was, you could see at night, before going to sleep, you could see Prabhupada's window up on the top floor in the building along the edge of the property at the back. And you could see Prabhupada's light on in the evening and know he was translating. And then when you wake up in the morning, you look out of the window again and see Prabhupada's light on. And you know he's still translating those books for us. So I saw Prabhupada the most here in Bombay. And it was incredible because he was here so often. And he was so accessible. It wasn't like you had to queue up or you had to wait until you got a chance, and that only more older devotees than you or sannyasis or more advanced devotees got to see Prabhupada. It was so magical. Prabhupada was so accessible. And I really, really seriously believe that he's still very accessible to everybody, not just to Prabhupada disciples, but to everybody who's following him. And because you can see by what people do that they're in relationship with Prabhupada. I think it's really, really important, because we were just kids. We didn't know anything. When people started initiating, they were just in their late 20s after Prabhupada left. So I used to go, Moksha Lakshmi, myself, Ambika, some different ladies. The ladies got to clean Prabhupada's rooms. So we'd often see him when he came back from the temple. And then I started getting a chance to make Prabhupada's breakfast sometimes. The best cooks were more experienced ladies, our elder god sisters. They'd cook the lunch. But I got to cut up the fruits. Prabhupada liked his fruits in individual bowls, not fruit salad. He liked individual fruit preps. So I used to peel the grapes because he didn't want Prabhupada to have to chew the peel. And it was just such a wonderful meditation. And then he'd have his ginger with lemon juice and a few chickpeas soaked overnight, and some Mangalati sweets. And then we get to take it up and put it on Prabhupada's desk. And I really wanted to make something different, something else, but I couldn't think what to make. So I made this something that you would not give Prabhupada for breakfast. Now I know. So it was one thing I knew how to make was cauliflower with a white sauce, which you'd usually have for lunch, wouldn't you? So I made that, and I was in Prabhupada's kitchen, and he used to sit on his own, very sober, eating his offering. His chowki was against the wall in the bedroom, and it was next to the little veranda from the bedroom to the kitchen. So then if he wanted more of something, he would call. So he called me and he wanted more cauliflower with the white sauce, which was so kind. When I think of it now, what he usually had, So my whole program My whole program was to get as near to Prabhupada as often as possible. I think we all felt like that. But some people, I don't know why, but some of us knew. It was common knowledge that Prabhupada was giving darshan in the evening in his room to guests. All kinds of people came. A lot of the film stars came who lived in Juhu, and they were so respectful to Prabhupada. It wasn't like we were trying to get the Film Stars Association and we had to get near film stars. They were coming to see our spiritual master, and they were really, really respectful. They knew Prabhupada was the real thing. And because they knew that, they were really, really nice to us. And so then I used to get in there every night, and Prabhupada would, just little things. They give them fruit, give them prasad. So I had to cut the fruit up and give them prasad and close the blinds, just little things. So I felt like I just wanted to somehow be Prabhupada's servant, and so whatever chance there was. So then after cutting the breakfast one day, the usual cooks like Arundhati, Palika, Kishori, some of Prabhupada's men servants, they weren't here. So they needed someone to cook the lunch, and Prabhupada asked me, tell her to come over. He was just going to do his letters and get a massage. So I went over and he said, do you want to cook the lunch? And at that time, I wasn't very good at making dal or chapatis. So I just said, oh, Srila Prabhupada, I'm not expert at dal and chapatis. So he said, well, then you shouldn't, if you're not expert, you shouldn't make. So then a few days later, I was taking up any chance to get in there. I used to take the boga up for the lunch. I'd take up the things for the fruit offering, and then eventually I started doing the afternoon fruit offering, which was only a piece of fruit. It wasn't a big offering. And then, so that evening, no one showed up to do the evening offering. Prabhupada used to fry things at night, and he liked portals and fried things and puris. So I had taken the boga up, but nobody was there. And then what's his name? Navyogendra Maharaj came running in, and he said, no one's turned up to cook this offering. And he said he'd do some and I should make a sabji. And I was thinking, I can't do that. Prabhupada just told me I shouldn't cook if I'm not expert. So I remembered a nice sabji one of my older god sisters taught me, Nandarani. And so I cooked that. And in those days, it was so nice, because anything an older god brother or god sister taught you, even you became really good friends later, you still always had that special respect that person trained you up. And I think it's such an important principle that that there's some kind of parampara of people who train you. So that's a big learning. And I never forgot those god sisters or god brothers. So anyway, then Navyogendra took the offering into Prabhupada, and then he came out and he said, what's your name? And I was scared. I thought, oh no, I'm in trouble, because Prabhupada told me not to cook if I wasn't expert. And I told my name, and he said, oh, Prabhupada wanted to know who cooked the sabji. It was very nice. I got off the hook.